Hello everybody, it's Jess here with Bless Jess. Thank you so much for watching and for being patient with me. I think I got 2 videos up last week, which was a feat, but I'm hopefully going to be getting back on track, except Thanksgiving's coming and we're going to be out of town. But I wanted to do a little update video for you guys on this Sunday morning and tell you guys how we've been doing, what's been helping us get through, the plan going forward, and just because I love doing my Sunday videos and I didn't want to miss. So I'm out of breath because I just had to run in there and get another battery. My batteries just keep dying for my camera, even though they say they're fully charged. And so I'm out of breath because I'm still a little bit fatigued. So if you missed the last video or the last sit down video I did last week, me and all 3 of the kids got COVID and are almost out of quarantine. We have just a few more days to go. And I wanted to let you guys know I appreciate all of the prayers and thoughts and messages and everything. It just makes me feel so loved that you guys took time out to think about us. We all did really great. Like, we all had super mild cases, but let me just tell you, I don't recommend getting COVID. Well, of course, I don't recommend that. Of course, I don't. But especially when you have to take care of 3 kids and you can't just go to bed and sleep or whatever, it was very, very hard. Emotionally, it was a very hard week. It was hard. I'm just gonna say, having the kids need me so much and they didn't feel good, and then I didn't feel good, and I was trying to keep them away from David as much as possible. Let me get to the update and then I'll tell you guys the lesson for the week and plan going forward. So I told you guys, I think the last time I talked to you was on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then just me and Mark and Lucy had been positive. We were pretty sure Nate was, but the doctor, because he has autism, was like, you know what, let's just not even test him. He's going to have to quarantine anyway. Well, the problem with that was the school wouldn't let him come back until 10 days after I got out of quarantine because I was the last positive. So he wasn't going to get to go back until December 6th or something. So we ended up having to take him in and get tested, and it was so crazy because we needed him to be positive. If he was negative, he was going to have to quarantine even longer and all of this. And so it was really sad when you're praying that your child is positive, but I just knew he had it and I wanted the test to show it. You know, you can get false negatives and stuff. David had to take him in because I am quarantined, and so I prepared him as best I could. We got it done without too much screaming and yelling. David said he did pretty good. He yelled a little bit, saying, no, because he doesn't like them sticking that thing in his nose, which I don't blame him. Who loves it? And so I feel like I'm all over the place. My mind is still kind of scattered. So anyway, we got the results back that he was positive, which is great because he had symptoms around the same time Lucy. So he can get out of quarantine Sunday or Monday. I think Monday. So it's also great because he can go back to school after Thanksgiving, and he is 90-day immunity, which the school considers. So for 90 days, if any other child that comes around him tests positive, he doesn't have to quarantine because he has that immunity. So that's a good bonus to getting him tested. So anyway, that was the big update, was Nate ended up testing positive. I have continued to have David test at home using the at-home rapid test, and he has been negative every single time, which is the biggest blessing because he's been able to work because he's vaccinated. He doesn't have to quarantine as long as he keeps a distance from us and wears a mask when he goes to work. And so he's been able to continue on, which is super important, and I'm so glad that he's been negative. And I will say, I think me being vaccinated and him being vaccinated, even though I did test positive and had a breakthrough case, my symptoms were a lot less probably than they would have been. So let's talk about everybody's symptoms so far. I have lost my taste and smell, which you don't really think that is going to be that big of a deal, but let me tell you, it's been really sad. Nothing, I cannot smell anything. It's really, really weird. And I can taste broad, I can taste salty, I can taste sweet, sweet. I can just taste the taste of sweetness or spiciness, but like individual flavors, I can't. I hope it comes back really soon. Coffee tastes like burned chemicals, like rubber or something. It tastes so bad, and I love coffee, and it's been really hard. Every morning I make a cup to see if my taste has changed, and every morning I pour it out. It's really sad. Other than that, I've just been kind of tired. I have a little bit of a like congestion. You can probably hear it in my voice. And that's really been it. The first few days I had a really bad headache, but that didn't last too long. Lucy and Nate basically had very similar symptoms. Lucy had a fever. None of us other people in the house had a fever, just Lucy. She had a fever 2 nights. And then the kids have been like, all 3 of them have been like congested, sore throat, fussy, not huge eating, you know, just kind of like I would have thought they had a cold, basically. And Nate and Lucy both had upset stomachs, vomiting and diarrhea like 1 or 2 days. So I'm very thankful for lots of things, and that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about, like what has gotten us through, because I will say, like, going through this has felt very isolating, and I didn't understand like how that would feel until it's happened, because I mean we all went through a quarantine, but it's different like when you have this and you can't even like I feel like I can't even like get a hug from David, you know, like we're trying to like all stay separate, and I just feel like very lonely. That's how I felt. And I'm very thankful that we're doing so well, but that has been the hardest part for me, is I just feel like really isolated from the world. And so what's been helping me is just walking outside. Like I do this every single night, a couple times usually. I'll just walk outside and stand in our driveway. I mean, nobody's around me. And I just like look up at the sky and look at all the stars and like breathe the cool air and just feel like I'm not like locked in a house. I don't know how else to describe it. I start to feel like the walls are closing in. And that's really been helping me. So me and Nate get out of quarantine on Monday because we started having symptoms last Saturday. Lucy and Mark get out of quarantine after tomorrow. So like they're like 1 day ahead of us basically. They both tested positive on Friday, but we're having symptoms like Thursday or Wednesday. I can't even keep track of all the days right now, and all of the, like, we've had so many phone calls with doctors and the Indiana Department of Health and the school and the school nurse, and everybody's been so great, but it just starts to feel like I can't keep track of everybody's symptoms and everybody's start date and quarantine date and all of that. So anyway, I am very, very thankful. I know not everybody has had positive outcomes like we've had, and I don't take that for granted. I wanted to talk today about being thankful, and I know I just recently did one on gratitude, so I wasn't planning on doing this about thankfulness, but you know, sometimes when you're going through a hard thing, you can really feel down, and it's, I think, helpful to look at the positives in life. And sometimes there aren't very many, but if you look closely, you can find positives. You know, you can find the people that have cared about you and prayed for you. You can find small things I have been thankful for. Like, y'all, I used DoorDash one day when I felt so sick. I could not even, like, the thought of just the energy it would take to just like heat up chicken nuggets. Like, I just did not want to deal with it, and the dishes and everything. So I DoorDashed from Big Boy, and it was expensive, you know, but we live in the day and age where I can DoorDash in our small little town, and they brought it to us so quickly. The kids thought it was so fun. So that kind of thing, like, can you imagine like quarantining like even 5 years ago? Like, it would be so different. Very thankful for Walmart grocery pickups. Very, very thankful for that. We've done several of those. I'm very thankful that David's been able to stay negative. So I'm very grateful. I'm grateful that all of us have had very, very mild cases, even though it's been very hard and we haven't felt great. We haven't had to go to the hospital or the doctor. All of our oxygen levels have stayed great. And it's been over fairly quickly. So anyway, what do you guys think? Like, I don't know what, I don't even know. Like, if you've had to go through this, like, this is what I keep asking everyone. If you've had COVID, how long until your taste and smell come back? Because that is something that I have always taken for granted, and didn't even realize how good it is to smell your kids after they've had a bath, or to smell coffee brewing in the morning, or to smell laundry that you're folding. I can't smell any of that. And it's really, really sad. And I will never take that for granted again. Or taste, like, it's just sad, like, not being able to taste anything. So yeah, let me know if you've had this. How long did it last? Did you lose your taste and smell? I was really hoping I wasn't going to lose it, but like day 3, it's actually day like 5, because it's like day 3 after I got tested, but I had symptoms before then. So I'm just wondering how long this is going to last. But anyway, the other good thing I'm really, really thankful for is that we are done with quarantine before Thanksgiving. We still are going to be able to see family and all of that. So that's really, really great. I know there's people that's not going to be the case, or people that, you know, family that you don't have a family member around because of COVID or because of something else. You know, you just have to be really thankful around this time of year and just love the people close to you, because honestly, like, we never know what's going to happen next year. And so I just want to like take every moment and be really, really thankful for it. I was just watching on Facebook. I cried so hard last night because I saw this picture of Nate when he was 3. And I just cried because I just can't hardly remember when he was that little, and he's growing up so fast. And, you know, God just kind of spoke to my heart and was like, just enjoy where you're at, you know, don't try to look back. But I do look back and miss those days. And so I don't want to miss where I am right here in the moment. You know, I want to remember when he's 9 and remember all the funny stuff he does. So anyway, you guys, the Bible verse that I wanted to share with you guys that's really been helping me, this one, it's Psalms 28:7. The Lord is my strength and my shield. In him my heart trusts, and I am helped. My heart exults, and with my song I will give thanks to him. So the Lord is our strength and our shield. It doesn't matter what you're going through. This is our promise that we do not have to go through it alone. He doesn't promise us that we are going to have an easy life, that we're never going to go through hard times. Like, we are, as Christians, we're going to have to go through hard times. Everybody in this life is going to have to go through hard times. But as Christians, we are promised that he is going to walk through those hard times with us. And I truly believe that he helped us through this week. And he will continue to help us through whatever we face. You know, we don't have to fear tomorrow. And I will say, like, when we got this diagnosis, Lucy was the first one. I was disappointed we had this in our house, and I was disappointed that we were going to have to go through this, but I was never fearful. And I thought I would be. Like, after 2 years of hearing about this and seeing all the devastation it's caused, I thought once we finally had experienced it in our house, I would be so fearful. God just completely took the fear out of it for me. I felt such at peace that we were all going to be okay. I just really did. I felt so at peace. And we can do that. Like, we can have peace that passes all understanding. We don't have to be fearful. We can walk into each situation knowing that God is with us and he's going to go before us, and he's going to walk it through with us. So, and I think we say that sometimes and we don't realize, like, God of the universe, the one that created everything, the one that holds everything in his hand, is right there in your situation with you. So I just want to encourage you, if you're going through a hard time, maybe it's not sickness, maybe it's something else. Maybe you're going through a hard time with grief or fear or worry or financial strain or whatever. I just wanted to comfort you and just remind you that God is with you, and just be thankful for what you have. It's so easy to get down in the dumps and think about all the things you can't do, or you can't have, or you don't have, or you wish you had. And, you know, I would have never thought that losing smell would be so devastating, you know, and I never have thought to be thankful for the sense of smell. I never have written that on a thankfulness journal. I will now, because I realize, like, how sad it is. Not like I have like all these, you know, like Scentsy wax warmers and stuff, and it's just a habit. Like, I turn them on and I cannot smell them at all, and it's just crazy. Like, you don't even think about that. You just expect that when you put something up to your nose, you can smell it. And it's just been really weird. And so like how I keep thinking like, how many other things do I just completely take for granted? And, you know, how sad is that? So I want God to show me those areas so I can choose to be grateful in them. I'm going to say a quick prayer and then I'm going to close out this video. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you so much for my friends tonight, God. Thank you so much for helping us through this week. God, I just pray for anyone who's watching this that's going through a particularly challenging time. I just pray that you would be real to them, God, that you would help them to see that you are right in the midst with them, walking through the situation, God. I pray that you would give them peace and strength in the middle of this difficult time and this difficult journey, and that you would be an ever-present help to them. Dear Jesus, thank you for going with us, and thank you for being right beside us. Please go throughout this week with my friends as they're celebrating Thanksgiving, and just be near to them. We love you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, you guys, so we're doing really great. We're almost down. We're almost out of quarantine. I cannot wait to just like go to Walmart or, you know, go to a restaurant or just go somewhere outside of this house. But I'm very, very thankful. My kids are pretty much 100%. I think they pretty much are 100%. I'm like 90. So we're getting there. I love you guys. If you liked the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Please subscribe if you're new. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe, hopefully, soon. Bye.